Hello, it's episode 2 of my Manchester United Master League with Benfica, Juventus and Inter Milan's friendly results being played, and then the live game at home to Crystal Palace. Now my assistant manager has said Delot, I think it's Delot, is waiting in the wings for a chance to play. So I am going to make a few changes, being that it's a friendly and I'm just going to sim it to see who's up for it and who is not. So Delot is going to come on for Wan-Bissaka. I actually might put Fred on there because he's more up for it. Bailly is not going to start. Lindelof will. Williams and Shaw are the same. Pogba's good. Now Rashford isn't looking like for it. So I might give Dan James a go on the right. But maybe swap them round. So Greenwood on the left, Martial, Dan James, Bruno, Pogba, Fred, Brandon Williams, Harry Maguire, Lindelof, Delot and David De Gea will be my first 11 in my first friendly against Benfica. So as I said, we're just going to skip the match. See what happens. Oh, Inter Milan beat Juventus 1-0 and Manchester United. Well, that wouldn't have happened if I played, so glad I skipped, winning 4-1 against Benfica. Next game is Juventus. Let's just see who is up for it, who is not. Wow, Fred really isn't happy. So McTominay can come back, he seems better. Lindelof is super happy. Shaw is as well, so let's just put Shaw on. Delot's not feeling it today. What's Bruno Fernandes? Should I behind? I mean, just put experience in there. And Rashford still isn't. Okay, well, Martial played in the first game. They've got the same conditions, so let's do that. So against Juventus, it's Rashford, Greenwood, James, Mata, Pogba, McTominay, Shaw, Maguire, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, and David De Gea. Oh, and another 4-1 win against Juventus. And Benfica lose again to Inter Milan. Wow. So, Manchester United, Inter Milan, 100% record so far. And we play in the last game. And Romelu Lukaku is winning high praise of his new team. Goal ranking so far after 2 games. Pogba, Greenwood and Rashford with 2 each. Bruno Fernandes, the newest player of the squad, has got a goal already. And Juan Mata coming on, obviously scoring against Juventus there. And then the assists, Pogba with 2, Fernandes and McTominay. Well, looks like Pogba and Fernandes could be crucial in this season. Excellent start. Right, so it's Inter Milan again. Let's just have a quick check with who's happy and who's not. And Delot, nope. Delot there, much happier. I think I'm going to give Matic a go because he's the same. Now, Lingard isn't going to play for me when we get to January, but he's going to be here for the first 6 months, so I may as well use him. Bailly is in a better condition than Lindelof. I'll keep Paul Pogba on because it's Paul Pogba. And Rashford, let's give N'Golo a go up there. Greenwood's in a happy. James is in a super condition. Right then, so it's N'Golo, Greenwood, James, Lingard, Pogba, Matic, Shaw, Maguire, Bailly, Delot, David De Gea. For the final game in the group stages of this friendly International Champions Cup. Do we go? We do. 2-0. It's 3 out of 3. And Juventus beating Benfica by 2-0. Well, look at that. 2 conceded, 10 goals. Marvellous. Season chapter 2. So that's that then. I think Delot play in the International Champions Cup went a long way of proving his value. I think we can expect big themes from him for the future. I agree. Yes, he seems to have some good performances there. Thank you for recommending him assistant. Oh, but now he does ask for a chance in the 11. I think Wan-Bissaka is better, though. De Gea. And they're just drawing the International Champions Cup for another season. Pogba with the centre-half, who I am very tempted with. Maguire, been picked for England by the looks of it there. We'll confirm who's gone and who hasn't. And there's David De Gea. So, messages. De Gea. I'm sure you're aware that David De Gea's role has changed. He should make a great fighter, in my opinion. To be honest, the rest of the squad already think of him in that role already. Wonderful. Not really sure what a fighter does, but there's Delo. Past glories. Oh well, look at that! I've already won something. Easy. There's Delo with his interview, asking for a chance to play. Sorry, mate. Not yet. The final standings with Pogba winning the Golden Boot, if that's what it's called in these friendlies, by 3 goals. Greenwood and Rashford on the 2. Higuain got another one, obviously, against Inter Milan. Bruno Fernandes, Mata and Lingard with his first start getting a goal. Interesting. And the assist, Paul Pogba. So he wins the Golden Boot and the Assist Boot, if that's what it's called. Bruno and McTominay. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the league opener. Manchester United at Old Trafford against Crystal Palace. Your first season and first match as a manager are just around the corner. How do you feel right now? I'm excited. And I'm nervous, but I'm more excited. How are you feeling going into your first match? A strong start is the key to taking the title. We will make the fans proud. We're ready for them. I want to make the fans proud. First home game of the season. The supporters are always in high spirits for an opening match, so I hope they'll be singing at the top of their lungs out there, and in return we'll put on a good game for them. Yes, that's exactly what I aim to do. Well said. Starting 11 at home against Crystal Palace. Martial, Rashford, Greenwood, Bruno, Pogba, McTominay, Shaw, Maguire, Bailly, Wan-Bissaka, David De Gea. Your subs. Romero for the goal. Williams, Lindelof, Matic, Lingard, James and Igalo. So unfortunately for Fred and Mata and Delo, there is no space for them in this squad for the first game of the season. Here we are. Game with DK. Crystal Palace are a tough side, but there's no reason to fear them. The supporters will be giving their all out there today, so let's do the same. Rallying the troops up for the first home game of the season. Come on, boys. It's our first time appearing for the home crowd this season, so whatever you do, make this match worthy of the fans. And remember, make them play at our pace. That's right. Possession play, down the wings, quick counter with my front 3. Come on, boys. Great pep talk. Are we ready? Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. The first game of the Premier League season. Welcome to Old Trafford. The teams have been picked. The managers have had their say. Now it's all about the players. Can Manchester United close the gap on City and Liverpool? It's going to be a hard thing to do, but here they come. David De Gea in goal. Could be a very critical season for him this year. Cannot wait to see the partnership in midfield for Manchester United with Pogba and Bruno Fernandes. Skill, flair, power, pace. They've got it all, them two. Could they push United closer this year? Those top 4 should be the minimum. Title challenge. I think a lot of the fans would like to think it's expected. Maybe not to win it, but to put some pressure. But definitely top 4. And your team. Kickoff is now, and the Premier League season is underway at Old Trafford. Wan-Bissaka, early touches to the main man, Bruno Fernandes. To Paul Pogba, I think them two are going to have a say probably in where Manchester United finish this season. McTominay to Wan-Bissaka. He's looking, he'll go across to Bruno. Bruno to Brandon Williams to Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba allowed to bring the ball forward. McTominay. Oh, that's poor. It's really poor from McTominay. And I'm trying to switch players. And I think Wan-Bissaka, it's very well done. It's already a bit flaky from Scott McTominay. He needs to get that out of his system. Palace can get it out. Oh, and Bruno. Stick a foot out. He would have intercepted that. But Wan-Bissaka has done that for him. Rashford. Thinking of a shot. Oh, and it's the first shot for Manchester United. It's on target. They are playing it around nicely. Just trying to get the cross in. Oh no, Maguire, what are you doing? Oh, and that is poor from Harry Maguire. Got spun by the number 9 of Crystal Palace. And that really should have been better. Either side of David De Gea, and that could have been 1-0 to Crystal Palace on their first attempt. Martial to Shaw, that's nice. Shaw, oh, it's a mixed up. Martial, surely! And he's missed. Well, after the scare from Palace, United do go down the other end and should have themselves taken the lead. Martial took an extra touch there. Gave Crystal Palace the chance to smother him out. United trying to play this possession game, but it's just smothering out when they get into the final third there. That's a bit better. They just need to quicken it up. And Luke Shaw is an option, overlapping. And Martial! How has he done that? And I think Greenwood might get there before. Oh, free kick. I think that was a bit... not being a bit soft there, but I think United will take it. Paul Pogba. I think that could be a bit too hard. Oh my word, that was horrendous. Well, Paul Pogba definitely hasn't got his passing boots on. Oh, well done, Wan-Bissaka. He's been brilliant so far on that right hand side. Getting forward, tracking back. Paul Pogba though, he's had a bit of an indifferent game. Not really done much. Referee, come on. He's clipped him around the face there. There's a yellow card, so the referee did see something. Did he catch him, or was it a bit theatrical from Bruno Fernandes? Oh yeah, I mean, I saw the wailing hand. How is that not a red card? And Paul Pogba, I'd like to think this is just going to go to feet. It is. Martial to Luke Shaw. He has space. Marcus Rashford! And he's hit the side netting. I think United are getting closer. It was a nice bit of play. Luke Shaw getting on the byline. Oh, Marcus Rashford just lost his bearings, I think, with that flick. 88% pass completion for Manchester United so far in this first half. And Scott McTominay looking out for Wan-Bissaka again, who's been brilliant this first half. Wan-Bissaka looking for... oh. Yeah, he was offside. Martial thinking Rashford was closer to him, but no, he clearly wasn't. Hopefully them two get a good link. First game of the season. Bit of rust there from pre-season. Although talking about pre-season, Manchester United won the International Champions Cup against Benfica, Inter Milan and Juventus. So it wasn't a easy tournament. And conceding 4 goals and scoring 10 is no mean feat. Maguire, that's a brilliant cut-out header there. It's back to Bruno. I think he saw Rashford there. Oh, that's unlucky, and I think that's a United throw. Brilliant ball from Bruno. Oh dear, and gone straight in on Pogba there. Hey? Has the ref given that to Saha? Okay. Oh, I can't criticise the ref. I'll get a touchline ban or a fine. So, good call. Slook now has been dangerous when he's had the chance. Maguire with another good header. Bruno now can try and clear it, and it is half time. There's been chances. There's probably should have been a goal or two, maybe even 2-1 to Manchester United with the chances, but it all square at Old Trafford so far. Manchester United have had the possession, but they've not really had a clear-cut chance. I suppose Martial's one at the beginning, where he took the touch, where I think the first time finished, and we could be seeing Manchester United 1-0 up. But it's the second half. Let's hope for goals. It's been a bit cagey. First game of the season. There's Slip again going down that left-hand side. Oh, and how has that got through? Oh, well done, Scott McTominay. Short to Paul Pogba. Well done, Scott McTominay. Oh, and Wan-Bissaka. Oh, that was Bruno Fernandes. Oh, it's a wonderful effort on his Premier League debut. Oh, game with DK. Looked like he wasn't happy for a second, but then the thumbs up for the effort. Wan-Bissaka done well. I mean, it weren't far. I think Scott McTominay could have, if he could have put in a better ball for him, he might have hit it a bit better. But you can see there, Bruno Fernandes, most touches. Oh, he's missed that header though. Scott's got to get in there. That's what he's in there for. There it is. Well done, Scott. Brilliant for Manchester United there. Martial waiting for Rashford. Luch. Oh, that is poor from Marcus Rashford, but luckily for Luch, for Manchester United and Marcus Rashford. Oh, sure, that was poor as well. Scott McTominay. Wan-Bissaka's got plenty of space out there. He's going to look for a cross again. Martial this time. No. Oh! Oh, I don't feel Martial got ahead on that. I wonder if that was going to be an own goal. Had to be aware, the goalkeeper, and he was. Bayes missed that header, but luckily it's just fallen for Luke Shaw, who is allowed to run here for Martial. And oh, I can see what he was doing. It wasn't executed very well. I suppose now, when you're thinking hour gone, when are the first changes going to be made to freshen up either side to try and look for this winner? Zaha and the best of Pogba there. But there's Bruno. And there's Martial, who is not slow. Oh, and Greenwood. And it's a corner. That was a good break from Manchester United. Look at the players Crystal Palace have got back. Oh, that's nice though. Martial! And there it is. United get the opener. Oh, and those two combined, lovely. And that's what the fans want to see at Old Trafford again. A number 10 to feed the ball, but this is very quick. I thought Martial missed it there when he took a touch again. But Gary Cahill, I think it was, didn't get close enough to him, and in the end I think it nutmegged, which probably put off the goalkeeper, MacArthur, for Crystal Palace, and United do take the lead. And it looks like Manchester United could be making a change, and Amanda Matic is warming up down there. I can only imagine that's probably for Scott McTominay. Just a bit experienced. Paul Pogba will put the ball forward. Bruno. Oh, and I thought Martial was going to return the favour. An assist for Bruno. And yes, Matic is on for McTominay. And I believe Crystal Palace was Townsend, but I didn't see who it was that come off. Slook for Townsend. It's been fairly dangerous in that first half, Slook. Got to go back. There's only going to be a couple of minutes left. And Zaha, first time he's got down that right hand side against Luke Shaw. Oh, and he's not. Luke Shaw. Oh, I don't believe it. What a goal from Zaha. And that is how dangerous he is. Crystal Palace have done nothing all game, especially Zaha. Luke Shaw was poor. He cut in Luke Shaw. Paul Pogba missed the challenge, and Zaha has just then rifled one in the top corner. David De Gea has done nothing all game, and he is unable to keep this out. I mean, it was a great shot, but that is poor from Manchester United. Look at them all. Wan-Bissaka's on the floor hitting the ground. Luke Shaw should have done better. Zaha's dangerous. Paul Pogba there just runs past him. But what a shot. Take nothing away from Zaha, his creativity. And the last kick of the game as well. Crystal Palace come away with a draw at Old Trafford when it looked like Manchester United were having 3 points in their first game of the season. It's disappointing. It's 2 points drop. Martial gets the man of the match probably because of the goal, but I thought Wan-Bissaka was brilliant in that first half. The rest of the results of the first weekend, obviously United drawing, very disappointed. West Ham winning 3-1 against Everton. Spurs beating Watford 4-2. Sheffield United winning. Burnley beating Newcastle at Newcastle. Southampton beating Arsenal. Wolves beating Chelsea. Norwich, Liverpool beating Leicester. And Man City winning. So it's not a good start. Not a good start at all. Some funny results in there though. So, as I said, try and stop Liverpool winning. Liverpool at top after the first game. European Best Player Award goes to Cristiano Ronaldo. Congratulations. League opener, Chapter 2. Well, it wasn't. I wasn't impressed. The opening match draw against Crystal Palace was no mean feat. The reaction of the press and the fans, I missed that. It probably wasn't good. Need to do better. Had the ball, need to create more chances, and we need to do better in defence. The first game of my Master League with Manchester United ends in a draw. Snatched at the death. Our next game, episode 3, I will bring you the Everton game at Goodison Park and the first match of the Europa League. So there'll be 2 games in episode 3. Let's hope we can do better. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Speak to you soon.